What does it take to raise a child successfully in today's computer-driven world? Dr. Jacqueline Sterling will tell you it's nothing new. It takes a village to raise a child. Old-fashioned, but it worked. Jackie Sterling herself was brought up in such a place, Nairn Castle, a place where everybody showered her with affection and love and looked out for her.
When I was growing up, I think we were poor, but I never realized we were because we always had food. I remember running barefooted, and even when I had shoes, I would take off my shoes and sometimes forget them at school. But I still remember my father, when I started high school maybe, inspecting my shoes at the end of each semester to ensure that that shoes was worthy for school. And if it wasn't, he would send me to a place near Frankfield called Commissary, to Mass Joe, who owned a store, to get us shoes for school. I remember reading by lamplight because we never had electricity. Yes. And I would go way into the night, 11, 12, 1 a.m. reading. I went to Frankfield High School, which was then Edwin Allen. It was the days of the common entrance. Yes. And when the results came out, my name was not in the paper.
Was not in the paper?
It was not in the paper.
That must have been a big disappointment.
Oh, it was. But
you
know what?
Angry or anything?
No, he wasn't. But then I took the special entrance and went what we call Comfrey then. So I did not pass the common entrance, but I passed what was called a special entrance. This was an examination given by Frankfield to students who wanted to enter their school. Yes. And so that's how I got into Comfrey. Right. Miss Coke, she influenced my life. She was my history teacher. She was teaching Caribbean history at the time. And I still remember her standing up at that class and telling us about slavery and sugar plantations and the coming of the Europeans, like she was telling a story. And then I realized history is fascinating, and hence I developed a love for the subject. My literature teacher, Miss Bailey, introduced us to Shakespeare and the classics.
What did you do, Julius Caesar?
Julius Caesar, yes. And at the time I did GCE, and friends, countrymen lent me your ears. I would tell everyone I wanted to be a journalist. I used to say radio announcer. Now I know I'm not. I wasn't made out for that. And Mr. Ray, my vice principal, asked what I wanted to do, and I said radio announcer. And he said to me, he killed my dream. He said to me, "Oh, they'll let you read the death news, but when I die, don't read mine." That was the end of my dream.
Yes, that was about what year now?
That was in 1981. I was just 16. All my friends were either going on to sixth form at other schools or going on to Teachers College. And my best friend at the time applied for Teachers College. And I did too, Church Teachers College. I went in Mandeville, in the town, in the heart of Mandeville. I thought they would not take me because he said I was too young for college. I was just 16.
At Church Teachers College, Jackie ran into a thing called ragging, which was a sort of harassment of the newly arrived students by the older students, demanding that they do such things as blowing out light bulbs. And she got so fed up with the whole situation that she decided to pretend that she was sick and she was sent home. But she quickly realized that there was no turning back. She had entered a new phase, and regardless of how tough it may have seemed, she would have to go through with it.
I remember spending the month of September at home, the worst time in my life.
Right.
Because I was out of school, I wasn't among my friends, and I had to pick coffee. Yeah. And I hated the ants, we call them pity me little, biting me. And I stayed home for the entire September. I was leaving home for the first time.
Her first paper delivered at school was a disaster. And the teacher demanded that she do it over. Jackie was shocked. For one thing, her handwriting was very bad.
She used an entire session to curse me off. And I got a C. And she said, "Jacqueline Oram, you are not a C student." And what was most embarrassing, the man I eventually married was sitting in that same class. So I was very embarrassed. And I made a pledge. I said to myself, I'm going to show her And at the end of that semester, all my friends came to me, and in college they called me Ram, coming from Oram. Yeah. And my friend said, Ram, you mash up the exam. I'm like, what does that mean? I got an A for Mrs. Forrester's Social Studies, and I think at the time, the highest grade for all teachers' colleges in Jamaica.
You got that?
I did. And I was never good at singing. I remember singing in high school, and we have this song, He made the world, He made the sea and land, He made at His command. And I'm singing at the top of my poor voice, He made this command. And my friend said to me, no, God never made any this command, He made at His command. Instead of hearing at His command, I heard the disco man.
She said that the disco man, when it was actually at his command.
And I did not do it.
Yes. At his command.
That's the song. He made the world. And Clive, do you know the song? He made the world, He made the sea and land.
Yes.
He who makes the angels sing, who makes the joy bells ring.
That's his song.
Who is the King of Kings? Nobody but my Lord. Yes, He made the world, He made the sea and land, fashioned them together with His mighty hand. Under His control and under His command, nobody but my Lord. Who makes the angels sing, who makes the joy bells ring, who is the King of Kings? Nobody but my Lord.
Yes. I got my first job at James Hill Primary School teaching grade 1 students. I'm trained as a secondary school teacher. Quite a learning experience.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. But not everybody was as fortunate as Jackie Sterling. Take Brown Man, for instance. We're going to hear about Brown Man's case in just a moment. You're watching Hill and Gully Ride. What does it take to raise a child successfully in today's computer-driven world? It takes the old-fashioned love, affection, and caring, looking after the children, making sure they're going in the right direction and doing the right things. But in Brown Man's case, well, his mother gave him away when he was a baby. She gave him away to Reverend Augustus Clue, and he grew up with 12 other children in Reverend Clue's home. Fortunately, Reverend Clue took him into his family and embraced him. But Brown Man grew up with a feeling of rejection, a feeling that he couldn't be honest and open, that he needed to lie sometimes to protect himself, to make sure that he survived. Always that nagging feeling of who was he, who did he belong to. He now lives in the United States. But he came to Jamaica recently to help his foster father, Reverend Augustus Clue, celebrate his 100th birthday. But Brown Man wasn't quite sure that Reverend Augustus Clue remembered who he is, or who he was.
I don't even know if he recognized me. Does he know it's me? Papa?
No.
He doesn't know?
Papa.
Papa?
Papa.
Go on.
Look Papa.
This is Brown Man, you know.
Brown man.
Eh?
Hey.
Eh, what happened?
Brown man.
Eh, what happened? Eh, you remember me?
Yeah.
You go on like
Brown man.
you go on like you forgot.
Why they call you Brown Man now?
Yeah, you see, when me small, me did kind of red skin, light skin.
Uh-huh.
And my mother did give me away to them.
To who?
To this man.
Oh,
and
you-
him family there. My mother give me away, you know. Him adapt make some kind of way if you want to put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So your
Yeah.
mother brought you to his yard?
9 months old.
Up where?
At Mountain Way up there in East Rural St. Andrew.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he sort of adopted you and you grew up with him.
Yes, so I'm born. I was the last one left at home. All the chores you want to talk about, I do them all. Mama have 300 fowl that lay every day.
Which mama is this now?
His wife. His wife.
Papa wife.
This is mama.
This lady mother, which I'm a stepmother.
Oh, your stepmother?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about her and her chickens now.
Yeah, she always raise the chicken them. She have like 300 chicken a lay. We have to pick up the egg them. Sell the egg. It was just me. We have a whole lot of work. The mule, the donkey, the cow, the goat to clean the fowl pen. Hey, you know what? One time, the best joke. One time we reached Cross Pass, Papa asked Philip, "Oh, no change the cow?" So at that time, he remember say we no move the cow from morning. So
She had to turn back?
well, no, it was at night. So Papa said, "Boy, what happened? You didn't move the cow." Papa just used the back of him man like that and backs down.
And you had to do what?
Well, you got to start hiding from then, you know, because the old man, the cow was valuable, you know.
So you had to go and move the cow then?
Well, he'd go do it himself like
I
10
see.
in the night. So, you know, I remember that night he backed me up in the room, late at night. By the time I find out that he was beating me. Yeah, too much beating, man. Yeah, all of us grow in the church. Yeah, we hide and do what we have to do. Papa have the church. Yeah, that was Papa church. And all, I mean the saints, all the people them come to our church.
So you say you hide and do what you have to do.
Yes.
What you had to do so?
Like we have to hide and smoke. Hide and drink, hide and go at the dance. You have to keep a lot of secret. Because Papa is a man of God, so you know him not put up with, you know.
Foolishness.
Yeah, so that was.
So he ever found out what you were doing?
When me a smoke and him smell the cigarette from me still tell him no. No, me not smoking, sir. This is little. That is Ozzy.
Ozzy?
Yeah, the big brother, that is Ivan. We three was the last one. I remember we have to carry up the fowl feeding from down across past like 12 bag.
Yes.
And me one have to load them.
You don't know that.
Yeah, you couldn't. Yeah, it's terrible, man.
The heavy bag?
They're 50-pound bag. I was like 11 years old.
Oh.
So
you had to carry them. You had to carry them on your back or what?
No, we load them in the mule, but when we reach up here,
This is fowl feeding.
yeah, hog feeding
Hog feeding.
and all that, you know. We have to cut grass with the mule and the donkey them. Look wood. Clean out the fowl pen. Dig out the manure. We plant everything. We sell something and buy something. You know what I mean? I remember when me and the old man alone left, me only got to school 2 days a week.
What?
Yes. Because on a Monday, on a Tuesday, me have to carry the egg. On a Thursday, me have to stop and help them gather the mango them and the breadfruit them, you remember? Then on a Friday, we have to go up Papina and bring it down that. Then the week done.
So what will you do with all that food? You sell it in the market at Papine or what?
Yeah, Mama would sell at the market at Papina and buy the things that we didn't have, like a little bit, some rice and flour, some corned beef, sweet milk, you know what I mean?
And the meat kind.
Yeah.
And the meat kind.
No, we buy a little bit of meat, but Mama always kill a hog every so often. Mama kill the one of the hog. And the fowl them. We used to have the meat fowl. Mama fowl can grow to 20 pounds in like, let's say, 3 months.
Yeah?
Mama fowl big so.
How they grow so big?
Boy, I mean, I know any of them have the yeah, them just, when them walk, the whole place vibrate. like turkey, you know? We cook 12 egg one time. Smaller one. Yeah, we have a lot. 12 egg one time. When me I cook dumpling like 2 pounds of flour. Me have dumpling on the pot cover, dumpling in at the pot, dumpling waiting on the side.
So you did the cooking in the family?
Yeah, but it was just me and him in the last part. Papa left up there in 1979 and left me up there alone. I was about 11 years old.
Yes.
And left me up there alone to manage the stuff. So while he went to Canada 79, to visit him daughter right there. I want to revive Valley, my soul. Like that. Send down the rain. Send up the rain. It's like a big, great, wonderful God. This a big, great, wonderful God. Sweet Jesus, what a wonder you are. You're brighter than the morning star. You are fairer, much closer than the lily that grow by the wayside. You are precious, more highly than gold.
Oh yeah, it soon be done.
Then his troubles and trials
When
I get home on the other side. I want to shake my hands with the elders. I'm gonna tell all the people good morning. I'm gonna sit down beside my Jesus. I'm gonna sit down and rest a little while. Yes.
Oh yes.
Grandma.
And you know, Papa bless baby too.
Yeah?
Him christen baby.
All of them in Augustown.
Because you know the people them up country wasn't so smart, you know. So them have to come to him and him christen the baby them and him would go down after tree someplace and get the document.
Yeah.
The christening paper. Him would give to the people them. Surprised to see Papa live to be 100 years. That's a good thing, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
That's a good thing.
So where would he christen them?
At the church, those people that came
Is
to
the church, the church is still down there?
No, them people take down the church.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they mash down the church.
So you had a fountain in the church? A baptismal fountain?
No, we don't baptize like that.
How you baptize?
We baptize in the hand, and I think Papa maybe sprinkle a little bit of water upon the baby. Yeah, but we never baptize in the river like. Not baptize, christen.
Christen, sorry.
Christen.
Yeah.
Christen the baby.
Yeah, when you christen the baby, you just bless the baby.
You're watching Hill and Gully Ride, and we're listening to Brown Man's story. Brown Man wasn't as lucky as Jackie Sterling, who, from the moment of her birth, had a feeling of belongingness. Brown Man was abandoned by his mother. Here are some more of Brown Man's memories about his growing up years in Reverend Clue's household.
And the old man come a long way, like me said, me was the last one there when everybody was gone. You know, I stayed there and helped them when moved to Canada. Mama moved down before.
Mama is his wife.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah.
Yeah, she moved down to Augustown and left me up there. So I was up there starting out at 11, doing all the chores, bringing the stuff. You know, but I remember the last time I tell Mama I wasn't doing it no more though.
And what she said?
Well, she said she finished with me. She was going to call the police and all that because I remember one time she come up there one Thursday morning and asked me why I didn't pick the orange them from yesterday, you know what I mean? So I'm standing right there in the veranda and she reached over and boxed me. So I grab her hand and put it down on the veranda rail and I say, if you box me again, me nah help you. Eat 2.5 dozen egg in 1 second.
You just stepmother egg.
Yeah, 24 egg. You see we have egg. Like we can pick up anywhere between 6 crate and 2.5 dozen egg on any day. So what me used to take 6 egg every day and store them up. So on a Friday, that's the day when me cook egg. You know, me cook 2.5 dozen egg one time.
And you just sit down and eat the egg?
Yes, me not like them with salt. Me just like them hot and just broke them and just I eat them.
You boil them?
Yes.
Okay.
And Papa, you missed the egg.
So what did your stepfather have to say to you when he see you doing all these things?
One time I came from school, I buried the egg in a plastic bag, and when we came from school, we were all at the veranda having a good time. You know, when we look outside, Papa said, wait, where that the dog have? You know, when we look, the dog would dig up the egg and have the plastic bag. With the 3 egg, I walk right across the veranda. Mister, I could have disappeared. I could have disappeared, man. That's the last thing would have happened to me. Papa take your head. Yeah, and bring it out where the van that they make Papa see. So when Papa said, wait, where that the dog have? I'm like, I don't know, it looked like trash. But a egg.
So you're a real bad boy then.
Well, you see, it was just me, and we have the ability, because we always have a lot of stuff, you know. Like Mama.
Plenty food.
Plenty food. Like Mama have the kerosene can fill with flour. The kerosene can fill with rice, cornmeal. Mama have like 25 tin of corned beef at any one time. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, food.
Yeah, condensed milk, Mama have them by the case. Yeah. You know, saltfish, we have it by the ton, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Food.
Yeah, and the maggot pork hanging over the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, dropping out the maggot them.
No.
No, Papa cook that. Papa cook the maggots, me and him up there with the gungo peas, and when the maggots them start to swim on the pot, he just use the big spoon and skim them off and say, the food used to be nice, no?
Yeah.
And drink the oats all the time, and the raw egg. Oats and raw egg.
Mix it up with milk.
Yeah, with the guineas. I saw him drinking
You
that.
cook the oats,
Yeah, and the wind tonic, no, but soak it in the cup, in the mug from overnight. And the wind tonic wine. Yeah, Papa keep it under the bed and drink this much every night. So what I do, I pour 1 glass every morning and then put 1 glass water back. Yeah.
Oats and Guinness, right? Oats and Guinness.
And raw egg.
And raw egg.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beat it up. Beat it up. I live in America.
Oh, you live in America?
Yes.
How come you didn't go to Canada?
Well, you see, after Papa left,
You mean
Papa
when-
leave up country and come to Augusta, 1980 was the election.
Yeah.
And me joined the politics. And when we done win the election, well, them win the election. Them give me a farm work yard, 1982. And 1983, me end up to go up on farm work.
In the United States?
Yes. And I came back
What state you went to?
to the state of Maryland.
Maryland?
Yes, I live in Maryland now too. Right
What you-
outside Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you were doing, what kind of farm you were picking up?
Picking apples. Pick apples in Pennsylvania and then go to Miami, Florida and cut sugar cane. So I do that one season, 1983.
Yeah.
Then 1984, they request me and I went back. That's when I run away.
How you mean you run away? You break your contract?
Yes. Break the contract and run away and live up there for a while. I remember I was living with this one guy, it's a Jamaican guy, live in Baltimore. He says to me, you know, every time you flush the toilet is money. Why you know want to hustle? So I'm like, man, I never used to this. I just come here, I don't know anywhere, you know. And then finally, I just kind of look around and just, it take a while, work and decide, find a woman and get married.
Yeah.
Then get my green card. And it's up now I'm American citizen too. I don't even have to come.
So you're living in Maryland still?
Yes. Right outside Washington, D.C.
Yes. And what you do, you know?
I'm a plumber. Yeah, I do plumbing.
I hear you can make a lot of money as a plumber.
They say.
When there's a lot of building going on.
Yeah, no, the recession is kind of holding us down. You heard about it. Yeah, everybody losing their house. Yeah.
But you're making it all right.
I'm faking it to make it, you know. You know what I always say, I'm just gladly picking up the crumbs just to get along, you know. I always say that.
You have children up there?
Yes. Got me 2 children. My daughter Shanique, she's 17. She's going to be 18 October. And my little boy Corey, he's 13. This March here, he's 13, March 18. So that's the way I end up in America.
In America, yes.
Yeah, I've been to New
Break your
York.
contract, huh?
Yeah, I got to, man. Because when I came back down here at first, 1983, I thought it was okay. I thought I had like $500 US dollar. The money was 2 for 1.
Jamaican dollar was very strong, huh?
Yes. It didn't take no time for my money to done. Because these people start begging me. I got to lend the boy the soap, lend him me soap for beard. I got to squeeze out my toothpaste, put it on his brush. They were using me, man. So when time come and the people them did request me, it was the best thing ever happened to me. Soon as I reach back on the farm work, I work 2 weeks straight, get paid, and then run off. And I come to Baltimore, stay in Baltimore about 6 months.
You had a good friend up there?
No, you know, I met the guy painting the yellow line in the street, and he was singing a Jamaican song.
So you connected up with him?
Well, I just started talking to him, and that's when he said he was living in Baltimore. I could stay with him.
Mm-hmm.
So I stayed with him for a little short time, and then find a woman, you know. And then the woman so lucky say I could move in. So I moved in with her, and she helped me get my green card there. And me and I never really did get along too, because she did have children too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't want no woman with children because I was 24 years old. She was 24, but she had 4 children already. Then she was on welfare too, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know welfare, when you're on welfare is not a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't have no bank account, you can't have no car, you can't have no house, you have to have apartment in your mother's name. A foreign right now. Plus back in them days it was like that too, not true.
Who else was adopted into the family? It was 2 of you were adopted, no?
Yeah, but that another little girl were adopted, but she gone away from long time, and she went to England.
Yeah.
And the day she
The
left,
last that we're talking about.
she never wrote a letter.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's just like me. My mother gave me away when I was 9 months old, and I'm 50 years old now and never see my mother yet. They never see my mother from I was born.
You never seen her?
Never. She live in England all that time. Yeah.
You never wanted to see her?
I would like to see her maybe, no? But I really don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, she give me women abundant. And she have more children in England and she never tell them nothing about me.
Well, Brown Man managed to survive that feeling of rejection which came with the realization that his mother had given him away when he was a baby. He did more than just gather crumbs that fell from the table. He has carved out a life for himself and is now living in Maryland in the United States. Doing quite well with children of his own. And we remind you that to raise a child successfully, it still takes a village. Thank you for watching Hill and Gully Bride.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.